Hello, my name is JT Emerson, and this is my internship presentation for the internship that I completed at Information Systems Laboratories, for short, ISL. I began searching for an internship long before I was ready to do one. I just wanted to begin the search. First thing I did was I refined my resume. I went to the resume center on campus and had them help me out on getting it toned to where it needed to be. I also practiced some interviewing skills and made sure that everything was ready to go in that department. Second, I set up some search alerts on Indeed.com and LinkedIn that emailed me notifications when internships were available that I qualified for. I also visited STEM fairs and career fairs, handed out as many resumes as I could, and networked as much as I could at those. I searched Google and put out many applications. I might have put out close to 50 or 60 applications. Um, I also put my resume on the BYU Idaho Career Navigator, which was a really great move because that's actually how I got this internship. ISL found me on the BYU Idaho Career Navigator. They didn't put an ad out for their internship position, but they went searching on there and found me and called me up. And so I took the position because it was going to give me the best exposure to back-end web development. Um, they program very object oriented, which is a very big thing in the programming world. So I wanted to refine my skills in that. And it was something that they do. And so I was going to be able to learn a lot in that department. I also wanted to better understand Java and its libraries and resources. ISL programs mainly in Java on the back end. And lastly, the location and the pay was just exactly what I was looking for. So there was really no question. It was just going to give me the best experience. Things that from class that I was able to apply in this internship was number one, the planning process, being able to map out and plan out software before I began developing. Second of all, I was able to apply the process of sending information from a front end all the way to the back end. I was able to learn some really cool libraries and resources with Java, such as DWR and Hibernate, which were great libraries, and it made it possible to be able to retrieve information from the front end using JavaScript and DWR and send it to the back end without using any kind of forms. But really good validation. It was really cool to learn that. But I also was able to apply what I already know about sending the information from a front end all the way to the database. I practiced the database querying, which I learned a lot in my classes. And probably the biggest thing that I was able to apply from class in my internship was debugging method. If I didn't know how to debug already when I got into the internship, I would have been in a lot of trouble because I spent a lot of time debugging. And if I had to learn that on the fly, it would have made things a lot harder. So debugging was a huge thing, a huge benefit, being able to know how to use a debugger. So that was a big one. This internship helped me a lot with my future plans to become a full stack web developer. I built an entire front end web application. I built the whole front end and the whole back end. I did a full stack web application. The only thing I did not build on my own was the database, which already existed, but I did do all the queries needed for this application to work. So it was a great experience, especially for back-end development. One last thing that I was really able to apply or learn from this that would apply to my future is the process of working with a project manager. I was able to work directly with a project manager, and I hope and aspire that one day to become a project manager myself. So that was a really good experience to work with him. Advice that I would give to future interns. Number one is networking. It's so big. Like I said, I mean, they always say that the best way to find a job is for them to actually find you. I never really believed it 100% until this internship came up because they found me. I did not find them, and so that was a really great thing to learn. Number two, be very professional. They do expect even interns, to dress and act professional. So that is very important when interviewing and when working in the workplace. Number three, before you go asking for help, which they expect an intern will ask a lot of questions, which is fine, but try to work through them on your own. You can tell when a manager is getting annoyed or frustrated when you're asking for really help on really simple things that you probably should have been able to debug on your own. So before you go asking for help, what you should do is do everything that you know how to fix the problem first, then bring that to your advisor, explain to them what you already did to troubleshoot, and ask for help from there. It just makes the process a lot better. And lastly, just work your hardest. Prove to them that you are an employee worth keeping. These are the things that I learned. I was able to build a really great web application for this company. I won't reveal too much because I did sign a waiver, because this product is going on the market that I was working on. So I won't tell too much about it, but it was really a great experience to build this full stack web application and participate in this internship.